The streets of Memphis are echoing with silence, but behind that quiet, something dark is brewing. Ever since young Dolph was gunned down in broad daylight, the city's rap scene has never been the same. What began as a tragic loss has spiraled into a cycle of revenge, conspiracy, and the possible collapse of a rap empire. Did Yo Gotti and his CMG label have anything to do with it? Or are they just caught in a war that's been boiling for years? Buckle up, this is the full story of young Dolph's murder, the retaliation that followed, and how Yo Gotti's entire empire may be crumbling from within. It was November 17, 2021. Young Dolph, born Adolph Thornton Jr., pulled into Makita's homemade butter cookies on Airways Boulevard, a place he often supported and was known to visit when he came back to his hometown, but this time he wouldn't make it out. Just minutes after entering the shop, two masked gunmen jumped out of a white Mercedes-Benz, armed with semi-automatic weapons. They sprayed the store with bullets, killing Dolph on the spot. Surveillance footage would show how calculated the attack was. The shooters wore gloves, hoodies, and ski masks, and within seconds, they disappeared. The getaway car was later found abandoned, burned out, classic signs of a hit meant to leave no trace. But the message? That was loud and clear. Dolph wasn't just another rapper, he was a symbol in Memphis, self-made, independent, and openly beefing with Yo Gotti and his CMG camp for nearly a decade. From diss tracks to near shootings, the tension was no secret. So when Dolph was killed, people immediately looked in one direction, towards CMG. The beef between Dolph and Yo Gotti ran deep. In 2017, Dolph's SUV was shot over 100 times in Charlotte, North Carolina. He survived, and the incident was linked to associates of CMG, most notably Black Youngsta, one of Gotti's signees, who was arrested and charged but later had the case dropped due to lack of evidence. Then there was the infamous track Dolph dropped called Play With Yo Beach, a scathing diss toward Yo Gotti, calling him a hater, jealous, and even accusing him of trying to copy his moves. The streets took notice. Fans took sides, and the beef wasn't just lyrical, it was territorial. So when Dolph was murdered, it didn't take long for internet detectives and even local Memphis residents to start pointing fingers. Whispers began circulating. Was this a street retaliation or a carefully planned hit ordered by someone higher up? CMG's silence in the days after Dolph's death only fueled speculation. Meanwhile, Yo Gotti stayed quiet. No statements, no condolences, no denials. Some saw that as guilt, others saw it as self-protection, but behind the scenes, law enforcement was already piecing things together, and the name CMG was reportedly floating around a lot more than the public knew. Eventually, the police made their move. A manhunt was launched for 23-year-old Justin Johnson, also known by his rap alias Straight Drop. He was one of the first suspects publicly named. What made things more complicated, Johnson had direct ties to both Dolph's world and allegedly to CMG's orbit. Straight Drop wasn't a stranger to the Memphis rap scene. He had previously filmed a music video inside a home connected to CMG affiliates and had even posted pictures with heavy hitters in the Memphis street scene. Not only that, but his sudden release from jail on unrelated federal gun charges just months before Dolph's murder raised even more eyebrows. Another man, Cornelius Smith, was also arrested and charged with being the getaway driver. Later, a third suspect, Shundell Barnett, was detained, and a fourth, Hernandez Govan, was indicted as the alleged mastermind. Govan, believed to have connections to major Memphis figures, was charged with ordering the hit. The motive? Still unclear, but internet forums, YouTubers, and even street insiders suggest it could be linked to a power struggle between camps, possibly CMG and PRE, Dolph's paper route empire. Still, no formal charges have tied Yo Gotti or his direct label mates to the murder. But the streets don't always wait for paperwork. After Dolph's death, the streets of Memphis didn't just mourn, they boiled over. Within 24 hours, shootings erupted across the city. Police even issued a curfew, fearing an all-out war. Reports of retaliation targeting known CMG affiliates started surfacing. Black Youngsta's grandmother's house was rumored to be shot up, though that claim was later denied by authorities. But the fact it felt believable spoke volumes. Paper route empire artists, including Key Glock, stayed mostly silent, but their fans and some underground street voices made it clear there would be consequences. In the months that followed, Memphis saw a spike in gang-related violence, drive-bys, and cryptic social media posts from both sides. The Memphis Police Department tried to get ahead of it, publicly stating that they were increasing patrols and warning artists not to escalate tensions, but it was too late. The underworld had already made its mind up. Dolph's death wasn't going to be left unanswered. Meanwhile, Yo Gotti's movements became limited. His usual flashy Instagram lifestyle toned down, public appearances grew rare, and Black Youngsta doubled down with a disrespectful performance of a Dolph diss just weeks after the murder, something that turned the heat up even more. In the midst of all this, Yo Gotti tried to pivot, focusing on expanding CMG, signing new talent like Glorilla and Mozzie, and pushing forward like nothing was wrong. But beneath the surface, cracks began to show. Black Youngsta's popularity took a nosedive, his music wasn't hitting the same, and public backlash over his Dolph disses made him radioactive. Rumors spread that Gotti was distancing himself from him, even though no official statement was made. Then came the silence from within CMG. Artists stopped doing interviews. Some stopped posting altogether. Glorilla, CMG's breakout female star, began pushing her own brand separate from the drama. Behind the scenes, rumors of federal investigations started swirling. Social media sleuths pointed to odd court filings and sealed indictments, claiming that Gotti's team could be under surveillance. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen, but in hip-hop history, when there's smoke like this, there's often fire coming. And as PRE continues to gain sympathy, Young Dolph's legacy grows stronger. His music is streamed more than ever, his brand solid, and his name untouchable. As we speak, the city of Memphis is still trying to heal, but in the shadows, the war continues. The murder of Young Dolph wasn't just a tragedy, it may have been the beginning of the end for one of hip-hop's most powerful empires. Is CMG on the verge of collapse? Is Yo Gotti dodging karma? Or is all of this just conspiracy theory and street legend? One thing is clear, Dolph's death changed everything, and the ripple effects are still shaking the culture to its core. This is more than rap beef, it's legacy, loyalty, and survival. So what do you think? Is CMG next to fall? Or will Yo Gotti survive the storm? Let us know in the comments.